Right, well, we've just received our dash cam, HD1296p dash cam. Let's see if there's any information on the outside of the box. Auto record, night vision. You've got 150 degree wide angle lens. Screen is 2.5 inches, and there's a parking monitor as well, which you'd be interested to look into that. So full HD video, 920 by 1080 and 30 frames per second, super wide 150 degree wide angle lens. So it works automatically, super night vision. So there's a lock button so you can lock the footage if there's so it will be saved on the memory card, because otherwise it will just cycle through it and rewrite over it eventually once the memory card is full, because that's how most good dash cams work. So here we go, let's see what we've got. We've got the manual, cables and things in here which we will look at in a moment, and then we've got the camera itself. So this is actually smaller than I thought it would be, which is a good thing. There we go, nice and light. Just says on the front about 130 degree wide angle lens on that one, just there. It's got an umbrella processor. I don't know if it's the Umbrella 7, the new one at the time of doing this video. High HD out, there's a reset button, there's a micro USB connector there. That's where you connect to the suction mount on your car, so that's kind of like a quick release. If you pull it to one side it will release it. Just have a look, that should be a heat vent there. That's a heat vent there, and hopefully a heat vent there. Let's have a look at the bottom, two more heat vents, and then the controls here and the screen. We'll fire that up in a minute. I'm just going to have a look at the accessories, see how good the suction mount is as well, and what the options are. Okay, so that's actually the 16GB micro SD card that it comes with, which is handy. I'm not sure if that's the class there, if it's a class 1, doesn't seem to say otherwise, so we'll see about that. So we've got a cable here, micro USB cable for charging, looks like it's about a metre long. We've got a little bit more substantial here, and an angled one for routing around your car. Now if you were going to install this and actually put it all the way around your windscreen, in between the sort of the dash and the glass itself, you would need probably about 3 or 4 metres. I will have a look at this, but it doesn't look necessarily like that's 3 or 4 metres. That would probably just do you to go from the windscreen down straight to your car charger, I should think, but that's with most dash cams, so nothing against this one, because you don't usually you have to buy extra cable if you're going to do more of a permanent install. Don't have car charger connected to that, which is very good actually, because we have one here, so that gives you a little bit of independence. It's nice not to have this cable connected to that, for the reason that I just mentioned about you might want to change the cable itself. And also it just means that if you're going to actually, you know, try and put that in between the windscreen and the dash, in between gaps and things, it's so much more helpful not to have that tagging along. So it seems to be a fairly decent car charger. One USB port, no light, but again that's very good. I don't like them when they've got lights on, because these things are supposed to be discreet. Quite a nice ergonomic sort of handhold bit here, which is quite handy. I don't think there's going to be anything particularly exciting here. 1.2 amp max coming out of here. Oh, output 1.5 amp actually. It takes 1.2 amp max, so that should be plenty, because that should draw about an amp, if that, when needed to charge. So that's fine. I've got the suction mount here, which is actually quite a discreet affair, quite impressed with that. If we unscrew it there, that just changes the angle on a ratchet of the angle of the camera itself, and it's got a nice adjustable suction mount as well, so that may well do a good job there, because car camera mounts traditionally do throw themselves off while you're driving. I've caught many car cameras in my time while driving, and even more I've not caught while driving. So anyway, this is how it connects on the mount, is that you actually just push that into the gap there and then slide it across, and then it locks on. It's a little bit more difficult to do while using a mobile phone, and doing it the right way probably helps as well. So it only goes on one way, so you actually pop that in like that and then drag it to the side. Okay, it's actually quite a stiff connector there, but that's part newness and part a good thing really, because you don't want it to be flinging itself off at you either. But basically, to release the dash cam, you just do that and pull it off. Okay, let's see if we can fire this up and have a look see. So was there an on button? There's a reset button, there we go, there's a power button, and also where you would put your micro SD card as well. So let's just turn this on. Okay, it might need a bit of a charge, so we shall do that. Just before I show it in operation, I've just put in the micro SD card into the slot like that, and that's where it sits in there. Right, okay, so I've just actually plugged it in, and we've come to the actual main menu. So it is not touch sensitive, so we've got up and down and OK. So I'll have to go through the menu. Right, okay, so I'm not sure if this is going to come out tremendously well in the video, but let's see what we can do. So I'm going to try and go into the menu here, so I can change the video resolution. Now I want it on the max, which is the 920 by 1080, so I'll press the OK button. So I can, the recycle record, so I'm going to press down and go into that and press OK. So it's on recycle record at the moment, which is what I want, and I actually see if there's an option. I'll go down. Yeah, I prefer each clip to be 5 minutes long, so I'm going to press OK. Park mode, press OK. We can have park mode on or off. I'm going to press the back button because I don't want to change any of those settings. Image quality, let's select that and go OK. So the image quality is super fine, fine, or normal. I want super fine. Obviously that will take up more space on the memory card itself if you do that, and each file will be larger. So image quality, let's see if there's anything else. Mic setup, if I press OK again, mic setup is on. You can turn it off if you wish. Just press back in case you don't want people to hear the profanities or whatever you're saying during any incident that may be recorded. Stamp settings, so we can have the date, we can have the time, or you can actually have the driver ID, so you could set that if you wished to have your name. At the moment I'm going to leave that off. G sensor setting, which will just basically, if we go into that, medium, high or low. basically if it senses a shock, it will automatically save the footage of that particular moment, basically getting the impression that you've had an accident. But it can, if you set it on ultra sensitive, if you just go over a big bump, pothole or something, actually record that file as well. So that's why you have those different sensor settings. White balance, I don't need to change that. Language, it looks pretty good to me. Time setup, okay, well I can do that later. Don't need to set the time with you now. If I press OK on beep sound settings, I do not want the beep sound settings, so I'm going to press OK. And now it's quiet. So let's have a look. Auto power off settings, let's press OK. So it'll automatically power itself off after a minute, 3 minutes or 5 minutes, or it won't automatically power itself off. So I'll leave it on what it was on. Backlight off setting, so let's press OK. Backlight off setting, normally on, delay 3 minutes. Now I presume it actually means this screen here, so we'd rather have it turned off. We don't want it always on, so we'll press OK. Card volume, let's go into that just out of interest. It just details about the card that I've got at the moment. Driving time warning, let's have a look. Driving time warning, 1 hour, 2 hours. That's if you've been driving for a certain amount of time, then it may warn you. I don't want to format the card, I don't want to change the settings, I don't want to go to default, so that's fine. Let's just see if there's anything else on here. If I keep pressing down, no, that appears to be it. So that's actually gone into record mode now. That's what it looks like when it's recording. Let's just press back again. I can delete the file if I wish, and now it starts recording again. So these buttons here, while it's recording, will change if this will focus. Whether it's in HDR, the mic is on, that button there then suddenly becomes the alert, so it would save automatically. If I press this button here below that, that should actually stop recording, which it has done. Now the icons have changed again. If this will focus, we can have a look. So one is I can record. There we go. One I can take photos, the other one is I can record. And there are the settings again, just see if the settings are any different. No, they're not. And now it's automatically started recording again. So it's set to automatically record a lot, which is fine. I can tweak the settings some more anyway, so let's just push this one indicated by that button there, so I can look at the videos. And then there's some stored videos on there, it looks like, already, which are me showing you my lovely power sockets. So if we just press OK, and now it's automatically started recording again, and they can hear me talking. Right, okay, so I think it's time to take it out and see what the footage is like.